guys, I was able to install Windows XP on my iPhone. This time, it's time to install it on the regular UTM on your Mac. But I've never done this before, so I do not really know how to do it. But let's see if we can install Windows XP on this Mac. The very first thing I think we need to do is open up UTM, of course, and click on Browse from the gallery and choose Windows XP, and we're going to download the file. I already downloaded it. So once you guys download it, I believe we can just click on Create, Virtualize, I guess. We have macOS Plus, which means macOS Monterey or later, Windows, and Linux. You want to install Windows, tap Browse, and choose the Windows file that you want. You see, I already downloaded Windows 10 one for another video. I already downloaded Windows 7 one, Windows 11. But for us, we're doing Windows XP. And then Windows XP. I believe we could just open that. And yes, it's in. And it's going to say that. I'll click on OK. And then Windows, we're going to put XP. Just so we know it's XP and not just some random Windows. But we're not done yet. If we click on play, we get that. Wonderful. Amazing. Love it. So we're going to close out of UTM. And we're going to open up Chrome or whatever browser you guys use. Windows XP ISO download. So I believe we need to get an ISO. I'm taking a guess. And now I do not think we downloaded from the Microsoft website. I believe we downloaded from this weird website here. And then there it is. ISO, you see. And it is Windows XP right here. I've never used this website before, so we're just going to download it. And then I want to download to Windows XP. But we're not done yet. I want to put in the Windows XP folder, so I'm going to open up my Finder on my Mac and search where the Windows XP is. UTM downloads. You see, this is where it downloads Windows. And as you guys can see, this is where I did Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows XP. And here I'm going to make a new folder. And I'm just going to name it ISO. And then we could select all of this, click on View, and we're going to sort by name. Okay, now we have it here. Now we can close out of the Finder and download it. So let's refresh the page because for some reason the download thing did not do it. Now I've never used this website before. So now we can click on download. I've downloaded lots of ISO files. Then we can click on Windows XP, choose ISO, and save it in there. Now, I believe that will take a while to download. And yeah, if we click on full download history, we can see everything that we downloaded. We can X out of it because we already downloaded it. So I guess we'll be back once this is done downloading. Yeah. In 30 minutes, which is actually like 3 minutes for you, it finished downloading. Now, we can go back into UTM now that we, downloaded the file. You can go to Windows XP. We can choose CD-DVD image. Why are there two? Well, that's odd. Windows XP unknown. And I think I just click on browse for this one and change it to the ISO that we just downloaded. This one. Now, let's see what happens if we try to boot this thing up. I hope this boots after waiting all that time. So what if I choose this top one? This top CD DVD image. Then I'll go to Windows XP, ISO. Sorry about the noise, my dad is upset with my dog. Okay, that's kind of funny what I just said. Okay, I cannot choose the ISO. What if I go to Windows XP and I cannot choose that as well? So, that didn't work. I bet that was a waste of a download time. But now, what happens if we virtualize this? I have an idea. How about we go to Other, Browse, for another ISO. We're just going to choose this one and click on Open. This is the zip. Maybe I should make a zip folder. Now I'll set the CD DVD image. I'll just continue. I'll click on OK. And then Windows XP. Now we're going to go up here to the edit and choose our image. So this, we can choose the Windows logo. Windows, I wonder why they look so different. Now I can click on save. Now, let's see. Okay, good. We only have just one CD DVD image. What happens if we just boot this? Yeah, what I had in mind. So we're gonna have to clear this. But we'll choose something. What happens if I just boot it without any? Oh wait, never mind. I thought I was going to get a shell. Yeah, a shell. That's what I expected. So, we'll have to click on CD-DVD, browse for that, and then ISO, choose that, and choose Open. Now let's see what happens if we try to boot it. Are you kidding me? What the hell is wrong now? What do you want now? I'll swap those two around and that will boot it up. Okay, what's the trouble now? I have an idea. Yeah, I'll delete it. I want to create a new one. How about I go this way? I've never done it before, so if this goes wrong. Earlier I chose ISO there. Okay, so that makes me ask. If I cancel this, create a new one, virtualize Windows, and this time I'll just choose, not the ISO, this one. I think that's the trouble I did last time. Now, we'll boot that. And yeah, do we have two CD, DVD? Okay, so that's what I did wrong. So, what we're going to do is do that, do that, do that, do that. Browse for not the ISO. I should make a zip file for each one of these. I'll click on enter for that, and I'll just enter everything just so we can get to the bottom of this. Now, Windows, let's see down here. 2 CD DVD. Let's see what happens if we boot this. What I had in mind. Okay, I'm kidding, guys. It's not what I had in mind. Clear that. And let's see what happens if I just choose from the top one, the ISO. right? Because this is what it is. Now, what if we choose that for the top one? Now will it boot? No. Okay. But if I choose if I clear this, I'll choose the ISO from here, and let's see if that boots. Okay, no. Okay. If you're not gonna help me, how about you don't help yourself? So, what if I choose both of them to be the ISO? They're both ISOs. And then, so the order doesn't, I don't think the order really matters. Let's go into the settings and see what the frick is wrong. System, x86. I don't know why it didn't ask me for this, but what if I choose PowerPC? Reset. That makes me ask. That's it. I know exactly what I'm going to do. That's if it is going to let me. Virtualize Windows. We're going to choose our ISO. Before I was going way too fast to think about it. What I'm going to do is open that. We're going to continue. Here is when I need to, I believe, choose what I want it to be. 64 gig. 1, just like Mac OS. Okay, continue, I guess. XP. Now, I cannot choose yet a CD DVD image, but let's go down here. I thought there was going to be 2. Dang it. UTM? No. I'm going to browse for the ISO. There's an ISO. And I think I can clear the top one because it's crap. Now I think I just have this. Good. Now wait a minute. The bottom one needs to be at the top. So we need to change this for the bottom one to be at the top. Move up. There. Now, let's see here. We'll start with that, otherwise I'll change it to PowerPC. Let's boot that. So, about what I expected. So we're going to go up here to the settings, and we're going to change, for some reason it didn't let me last time, which I think is a bit sus. Oh my gosh, that is scary. I would say it's scary, but like it's unusual for me to see that. Now let's see here. GUI. UEFI boot is on. I do not think that can be on. Now try to boot. I heard somebody trying to turn off UEFI boot. Okay. So we're going to change it. Can I change it to PowerPC? Okay. Is this where I can choose PowerPC? Import. Default. System. PowerPC G4 or PowerPC? I'll just try PowerPC. If not, I'll change it to G4. So now I know it's the second option when I want to change it. Okay. And I think you guys know what I mean. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to choose 2 power PCG4. I remember it was the second option. I'm just trying to get this thing to boot. How about I say that? Maybe there's too much RAM. The reason why I'm not checking is because it's too small for me to see. So how about I change this to it's the third option that's already selected. Default. Maybe it has too much RAM. What if I lower the RAM a little? What if I turn on UEFI boot is off already? Automatically for some reason. What if we turn that on? Can I turn this on? I do not know. I'll unchoose that. Maybe I can unmark that. Maybe what if I mark this? Look, I do not know what I'm doing. The third one is on. Okay, good. The third one at the top is on. Now, okay. The third one at the top is on. So when the third one at the top is on. So I'll turn that off. Save. So let's see. Maybe it might be something down here. That's easy. I could just choose something here. What if I just choose the ISO from here? If not, wait a minute. Yep. Then in that case, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to change the top one, clear that. And then the second one is the ISO. So how about I make the first one be just the plain zip? So the zip is the top one. Tribute. Okay, what if I switch the order around? Now. No. Settings. This does not make any difference, I not think. Import. A USB deleted. This. I thought I said 1 on this. 1. There we go. Okay. Error. Maybe it's because UEFI boot. I cannot mess with UEFI boot. Boot. If not, yeah, about what I had in mind. I delete this. Delete. And I'll just, how about I virtualize it? Can I do that? What time if I just choose the ISO zip? Who knows? There's the ISO zip. I have no options to change it to something else. From the Power PC or whatever you want to call it. There's 2? Why? Oh. Loaded for a second. How about if I mess with UEFI boot again? UEFI boot is on. How about I turn this off? turn everything off. I'll turn on UEFI boot again later. Okay, so what if I switch the order, put this, the ISO as the bottom one. The top one, I'll just clear that. Guys, I do not know how to do this, okay? I'm just freaking around with the settings. Sometimes it's not gonna, yeah. How did I do it on iOS? I chose the right ISO, didn't I? Virtualize an other. Aha! That might be my problem. I would virtualize when, okay, something is odd here. What if I go to other? And choose if it is a CD, DVD image or not. Windows, I want to change it if it is another. Import x86 image maybe as well. But how about now I choose this? Yes, only one. Now, let's see what happens if I just plain boot it. Otherwise I'll choose the ISO. Okay, so we got, we'll get the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what I think I have to do from here is just choose the CD, DVD image. What if I choose the ISO? Okay, good. I can choose the ISO. But now, can I boot it up with the ISO? So the ISO does not work, which gets me slightly concerned here. What is this rest? Let me choose. I don't think anything, do you? Nope. What if I change this to PowerPC? 1, 2, 3. Oh. UEFI boot is on. Maybe it doesn't work with UEFI boot. Sorry about my dad shouting earlier. So I think I need to change this down to a 1. Sorry guys. Now, I think what if I choose the ISO? Gosh. Hey. For a second I thought you were going to boot. So something tells you this is the wrong file because it doesn't want to boot. Like this OS boots just fine. And so maybe if I don't put anything there. If I clear this. There's nothing there. What about here? Can I put something there? No, I can't. It's not gonna boot. It's just gonna get me back to the shell. But wait a minute, it's never been on a plain white screen. Hey. You're not going to be stuck on this, are you? This is literally stressing me out. Display. So something tells us there's something wrong with the display drivers. Hey. What if I turn this off? The display. Now boot it up. It doesn't seem like it wants to do anything. That's what it tells me. Yeah, guys, I do not think it's possible. I would give that just one final try, and I want to do the thing with the display. And if not, I am over it. Display. Keep that on like it was. Boot it up. This is my last attempt. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Yep, goodbye, guys. I'm stressed. And I guess I'll see you guys in another video. Adios.